So I thought I'd take you through my Plants in Our World course. This is one of the two courses I have on Canvas right now. It's a relatively simple system. Once you've learned it, takes a little while, of course, to switch over from Blackboard or Moodle, but it's nice, it's clean, it's straightforward. When you open up the front page, you get whatever announcements going on that week. I always put a little bit of color in there to make it look pretty. There's a welcome page, information, and a link to the syllabus, of course. And four module sections. The welcome is sort of where you start. The modules are the content of the class, the 13, 14 weeks. The textbook is Braiding Sweetgrass. And then I always give them some fun stuff. We'll just take a quick look at the fun stuff to see what. So just for fun, I'm giving them a little bit on the Lorax, a video of my own backyard garden where I was raising chickens at the time, some information. Oh yeah, and then of course Harry Potter on repotting a mandrake, which comes from his movie, and so that's a little video just for fun. When it opens, we go first to the welcome page, which I hope they go first. I usually just write them a letter, welcome them to the page, usually give them a little video of myself. So this is a video, a couple minutes on just what's going on in class. I made this video and put it on YouTube and link it to the page. A little bit about the class, custom learning objectives, and some policy issues, due dates, and grading, all that stuff. So, that's the short welcome. They often don't read that, but I'll refer back to that when they ask me questions. I'll just remind them. The textbook, Braiding Sweetgrass, they can either read it, they can buy the book. I link it to the library. They can get free downloads of PDFs, but I really encourage them to use the audio files. I've loaded audio files on each of the chapters, and so they have a choice of listening to the book or reading the book, whichever works for them. It's a phenomenal book. Professor Kimmer is a professor of ecology and a member of the Potawatomi Nation, and she talks a lot about the relationship between plants in our world, which seems suitable for my class. Just take a quick look at the content, go into modules, and you'll see each of the modules is set up chronologically. So we start the first week of class with sort of a welcome, a little bit about me, link to the fun stuff. The first week, we looked at a bit about why study plants. We looked at two wicked cool plants, lichens and mosses. Each week there'd be two discussions. One was just a welcome this week, and I asked them what their favorite plant was. Each week there'd be an assignment. This one was about lichens and mosses. I used Robin Wall Kimmerer's video that she did, I think, at the New York Botanical Garden. It's phenomenal video. I cut it down a little bit, then put it up on YouTube and made it available. And then there's some questions on braiding sweetgrass. And so, just for example, if we look at braiding sweetgrass, this week, the first week, I had them read 4 chapters and write one paragraph on whichever chapter you choose, focusing on what was important to you. So the first chapter, the first braiding sweetgrass was relatively easy. Just tell me about the book. And it's sort of to get them into the book and get them started. If we go down to, let's see, week 4, this week we're looking at cotton and sustainability. So again, there'd be a lesson on cotton. If we open up the cotton section, there'd be a little video on organic cotton, how cotton is grown, a little bit of the history of cotton. Again, this would be a video that I made, uploaded on YouTube, and made available. So this is a, let's see, this is a 13-minute video on cotton that they listen to. There's a little reading that goes associated with it. The lesson of the week was on sustainability, and so the plant was cotton, and the in our world part was the sustainability part. And each week there'd be something on a plant or a set of plants and a social question. And this week it's about sustainability. And again, there's a video. This one was about 19-minute video that I made for them on sustainability, in particular looking at clothing. The assignments would have been two discussion questions. They're required to post once and reply to one of the person on each of those discussion topics. First one is on choices we have around clothing, and the second one is on racism in the food system. This is actually a pretty good video from Leah Penniman from Soulfire Farm over in New York, and I gave her a little 5-minute video from Leah's, which is not populating right there, and then some questions about racism in the food system, a little about sustainability. We look at sustainability from three perspectives: the economic, social, and environmental. And so they're introduced to those ideas, and all they have to do is share a few thoughts with each other, get them talking to each other around sustainability questions. Two discussions each week, and then they would go to one assignment, um, one braiding sweetgrass question, and then a quiz. This quiz of the week this week was on organic cotton. Each week they'd have a different quiz, a different plant that they would learn about. Some of the examples, a broad section of plants that we looked at. So mosses, maize, Darjeeling tea, organic cotton, sequoia, bristlecone pine, the oldest plant in the world, ginkgo, neem, an ecosystem, the meadow, Venus flytrap, healthy forests, and UMass Arboretum. I introduced them to the UMass Arboretum. So each week there's something of interest, and the quizzing is relatively straightforward. I give them 3 chances to get the quiz right, so that's an easy way to improve their grade if their homework hasn't been up to snuff. Each week I will review their assignments. I go to the assignments link on the left and just take a look at what their assignments look like. For example, this week we would be on week 1 was studying plants, lichens, and mosses. I can go to the assignments link and load that. Here's the overview, some 2 videos they had to watch, a series of questions, and I would use SpeedGrader. SpeedGrader opens up all of the student submissions. That first it opens up the ones that haven't been submitted, and then it opens up the ones that have been submitted. This student would have gotten a 10 out of 10, a series of questions about parasitism, commensalism, mutualism, a little bit about what we learned from the lichens, and then I would give them a 10, in this case, 10 out of 10, and give them a little feedback, which I write over here in the right-hand column on each of their posts. And so I'd go from, this is the first week, so they're already graded. It's easy to go from one to the next, and I would share, I would read their thoughts on parasitism, commensalism, mutualism, and a little bit on what they learned from lichens. This person did a good job, also got a 10, and I gave them a few thoughts in response to them. I have a rubric so that we can see what the grades are based on, and that helps folks. And then finally, the grade book is relatively simple. It comes across week 1, week 2, et cetera, et cetera. The students are listed here. I suppose you need FERPA to see their grades, so I won't show you their grades, but it takes a while to load because there's a couple hundred students in this class, but it's easy enough to use. So, Canvas is easy enough to use. Anything you learn from the first time takes a little while, but I kind of like it, and more important, the students like it. We did an evaluation 3 times last fall on my Botany for Gardeners class, and the feelings about Canvas from the students improved each time. And so I think they're going to learn quickly, and we will too. So I hope that helps give you a little sense of what Canvas looks like, at least for my class.